everyone, welcome to Beyond Education Early Childhood Weekly Bites channel, and I'd like to welcome you today to my very first session on burnout and well-being. I will be speaking about early childhood educators and how to stay well and to bring out best outcomes in young children. So I'd like to start by defining what is well-being. Well-being is a combination of a person's physical, mental, emotional, and social health factors. And well-being is strongly linked to happiness and to life satisfaction. So very likely if you are feeling a little bit upset this week, or that little things actually set you off, feeling just really depressed or just a little bit overwhelmed, maybe your well-being is a little bit out of balance. And a simple question like, how are you, may bring out deep things that you like to talk about with regards to your social health, mental health, your physical health. For example, it's very important for us to know, why do we need to understand about well-being? Now, I like to liken your well-being as the engine in a car. So in the morning, when you jump into your car, you are expecting to drive the car. You can't really see the engine, but it just gets started, it's there, and it's ready to go. But the moment when the engine has broken down, it's not going to bring you from point A to point B. And that is about well-being, because when well-being is well and good, or you're having good well-being, you are not noticing the importance of that in your daily functions. But the moment that your well-being is actually being compromised, you would find it really hard to do even simple things, or every little thing that actually would add on to that imbalance would actually tip you out of balance. Now, I like to bring an analogy to you of a balance. So if you think about a scale and you've got 3 balls on one end that it's really heavy and tipping over, that could actually signify that you are burning out or that you are having poor well-being. And on the other hand, you've got one single ball that is up in the air on the other end of the scale, and that actually signifies that you probably have good health and you were able to turn up at your work today. Now, our aim to achieve or maintain good well-being is to bring more balls up towards the end of the well-being end, instead of staying on the end of burnout. So what are the obstacles to well-being at early childhood service? Now, this might include prioritizing others before yourself. For example, many of you might be settling new children into your service this week, and little Johnny, who had formed a relationship with you last week, you are just quite anxious and a little bit worried about how the child would settle in without you being there with him. On the other hand, some of you might be still doing your studies and you're worried about completing the next assignment, and you are trying to squeeze every bit of time to complete that. So you might actually think about, I'm going to skip that break. I'm going to do a little bit more work in those areas so that I would get ahead of my work. On the other hand, you might be someone that makes excuses or blame others for what you're feeling. And that could be in a scenario of saying, look, I'm just too busy for this. I don't have time to think about my well-being. Or it's compulsory for me to do this and to complete this by a certain deadline, and I am running out of time. Now, these scenarios that I have put forth for you are actually a lack of awareness. Now, think about this. Awareness is like alarm bells going in your emotional well-being and telling you and giving you signals about things to take note of. And this could mean that you are getting tired, or you are unable to concentrate, or that could actually emerge as emotions as, outbursts of anger, or that you're just disinterested in work, and so on. So here's a little exercise for you this week to grow in awareness so that you can actually improve your well-being. Now, in this week, ask yourself, as unpleasant events arise, what caused you to feel unhappy, upset, and how do you feel about it? It's important for you to reflect on the events that has happened and to be very honest with how do you feel? Because research shows that deep acting of feelings, that means hiding your feelings and not being honest with yourself, could be for the reasons of remaining professional, that guides you to conceal your feelings. And this pent-up feeling, when there is no support for these pent-up feelings, they actually lead to burnout. So I hope that this week, this little exercise will help you to grow your awareness muscles of your internal feelings in response to the events. And in next week, I hope to unpack with you further steps of this self-awareness.